The courtroom doors locked during the verdict. The judge said, "We're not done yet. I was there for the sentencing of my sister's killer. Darren Walsh had been convicted of vehicular manslaughter after running a red light drunk and T-boning my sister's car. She died on impact. Her 2 kids, my nieces, were in the backseat. They survived but watched their mother die. The trial had been brutal. Darren's defense argued it was an accident, that he'd only had 2 drinks, that the light was yellow. The jury didn't buy it. Guilty. Today was supposed to be closure. The judge would announce the sentence, and we'd finally have justice. The courtroom was packed. When the bailiff locked the doors, I assumed it was standard procedure. Then Judge Whitfield spoke. "Before I deliver the sentence, there's a matter that must be addressed." She looked directly at Darren's defense attorney. "Mr. Callahan, please remain standing." The defense attorney froze. "Your Honor," Judge Whitfield pulled out a folder. "During the course of this trial, evidence was brought to my attention suggesting misconduct." The room went silent. "What kind of misconduct?" the prosecutor asked. The judge opened the folder. "Witness tampering, evidence suppression, and bribery of a juror." Gasps from the gallery. Darren's mother started shaking her head. "That's impossible. My son's attorney would never—" "Your son's attorney," the judge interrupted, "was paid an additional $200,000 beyond his legal fees. That money was traced to an account belonging to your family." She looked at Darren. "You tried to buy your way out of a guilty verdict. You failed." Darren's face went white. His attorney started backing toward the door. "Your Honor, I can explain. The doors are locked, Mr. Callahan. Federal marshals are waiting outside." She nodded to the bailiff. "Restrain him." The bailiff moved toward Callahan, who tried to run. He didn't get far. They cuffed him right there in front of everyone. My mother was gripping my hand so hard it hurt. "This can't be happening," Darren's mother screamed. "You're framing my son." Judge Whitfield didn't flinch. "Ma'am, your son was already convicted by a jury. What I'm addressing now is the attempt to corrupt that process." She pulled another document from the folder. "The bribed juror came forward yesterday. She provided recordings of conversations with Mr. Callahan offering her $50,000 to hold out for acquittal." The courtroom exploded. People yelling, crying, Darren's family screaming that it was a setup. The judge banged her gavel until order was restored. "There's more." She looked at Darren. "The blood alcohol report presented at trial showed you at 0.09, barely over the legal limit." She held up a paper. "The original report, which Mr. Callahan suppressed, showed you at 0.18, more than twice the legal limit." I couldn't breathe. My sister had died because a man with a blood alcohol level of 0.18 ran a red light, and his lawyer had hidden it. "The suppressed report also showed trace amounts of cocaine in your system," the judge continued. "You weren't just drunk, Mr. Walsh. You were impaired on multiple substances." Darren's mother collapsed. His father was screaming at Callahan. The bailiffs had to separate them. "Your Honor," Darren stammered, "I didn't know about any of this. My attorney handled everything. You paid $200,000 to ensure you wouldn't face the full consequences of killing a mother of 2. The judge said coldly. "You knew exactly what you were doing." She turned to the prosecutor. "Based on this new evidence, I'm vacating the original sentencing guidelines. The charge is being upgraded from vehicular manslaughter to second-degree murder, given the presence of multiple intoxicants and the deliberate attempt to obstruct justice." Second-degree murder. I started crying. My mother was shaking beside me. "The original sentence would have been 3 to 6 years, Judge Whitfield said. "The new sentence, accounting for the upgraded charge and obstruction of justice, is 25 years to life." Darren screamed. His mother fainted. His father tried to rush the bench and was tackled by bailiffs. The judge continued over the chaos. "Mr. Callahan, you're being charged with bribery, evidence tampering, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy. You'll be disbarred and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law." She looked at Darren's parents. "And a separate investigation is being opened into your family's involvement in the bribery scheme. If evidence supports charges, you will also face prosecution." She banged her gavel. "Court is adjourned." The doors unlocked. Federal marshals flooded in. Callahan was dragged out in cuffs. Darren was taken back to holding, no longer facing a few years in minimum security, but decades in state prison. I walked outside into the sunlight. My nieces were waiting. The oldest one asked if the bad man was going to jail for a long time. "Yes, baby, for a very long time." The judge sent a personal letter to my family a week later. Her own daughter had been killed by a drunk driver 15 years ago. She said she'd waited her whole career for a case like this.